have to end this stream. Not only was it behind, it was just no, we're almost done. Probably take us under 10 minutes. I'll be out of here. I want to make sure that I'll finish what I was saying about that place. So he says we meet up. I've ended it already. But there's another one running now. I'll just name it part 4B. Yeah. Ocon buffer me, and I was wondering why. But it's live now. All right. Where was I? I actually felt like we should continue from that place, on Friday. But I'll just, say a few things before we go today. So here's the point, right? People get paid. Now, when they shout that NLC is doing something, TUC is doing something, workers have rights and their rights should be respected and all the good English. I agree. But the question to people is this: all these European workers are always doing. How many Nigerians work for the government? And even when they do, should we do things that affect the entire nation as long as a group? So you reverse the sale of the, what's it called now? Of the, what's what I'm looking for? You reverse the sale of the refineries, right? You get paid, but the people have no oil. Why is this important? Because that's exactly what happened with this thing. The man said, we will not pay tax. People should not pay taxes again. You'll be happy and celebrating. Believe it or not, there's a crisis in the international market. We'll go deeper into this on Friday. The crisis, what happened, and how, and the other things that happened, the other things that he did. But to be honest today, I wanted to just focus on that, the things he said about Ibo, to acknowledge the great things that he did. And that's not the only thing he did, by the way. He was also instrumental to the building of University of Ife and to Cocoa House that was commissioned in 65. There are many great things that he did. And it's important for me to mention those things before we then begin to talk about so that man understand. So, your tax, your worry. Àwọn lè dùn nígbà yẹn, ṣùgbọ́n nǹkan tó fa jàǹbá tó ṣàkóbá fún ẹ̀yà ṣé ìwọ̀ oòrùn náà pé nǹkan tó fa àkóbá gidigidi fún wa ní ìwọ̀ oòrùn. We'll continue from here on Friday. We'll continue this series, but we're going to have a session tomorrow. It's a short session. We start at 4 p.m. So please join us. Someone says, I see the issue with Awolowo and SLA as just politics. Yes, but it's also the part where, let me tell you my own opinion. You are right in that political thing, but here's my opinion. I think it was, let me say it this way. It's two ways. Number one, let me say the first one. Number one, I don't know if you've heard this before, but there's a saying, never get close to your mentors. Don't get close to your mentors. What they mean is not that you should not get close. Let me tell you one story. Year was 2003. I was with my pastor, my mentor at the time. We're all young people. We used to travel together to minister. And then we'll go to his place. By the way, shout out to Pastor Doyin Dennis. Fantastic man of God. He'll send us to do ministry work. One day, he called us. We were in the living room. It was a bachelor. And then he said some things. Of course, I can't say everything, but the crux of the matter is this. We saw him the way no other person saw him. You could see him wearing boxers. You could see him wearing shorts. We're all in the house. It was different from the man of God. on stage. And then he told us not to ever, I mean, he was free, unlike many pastors that we knew and we still know, but he was telling us not to allow that to make us become too familiar. Once you become too familiar with your mentors, you will find faults. Familiarity breeds contempt. You will see what they're not doing right. Right? And because of that, when they tell you to do certain things, in your head, you'll be like, Shani, not Connie. Why can't I do the way I like? After all, I already know some of the things. King Ogbe. See finish, Timawo. God bless you for the ideas. See finish. What you're supposed to learn from that person, you will not learn it. Because now you think you know them. Because you have seen them, maybe when they are vulnerable, or you've seen them, you have become more intimate, you've seen them. So you think that you really know what's going on. You don't know Jack. You don't know Jack. What you know is what he showed you. You don't know anything. And it's one of the problems, one of the things that it affects relationships, but especially leadership, right? Where people think that, you know, there's a story of a boxer, right? And his coach, right? And they were sparring. And then the boxer kept, of course, boxer is world heavyweight and all of those things, you know, sparring and everything. And he was going to defeat I think they were going to have a match or something. They were sparring, then they had a match. He was going to defeat the boss, and then the boss did something. And he said something. He said that, I taught you all you know, but I didn't teach you all I know. And that's something with leadership. I said all of that because it's important to first start by saying that some people break ranks because they think they know more than the boss. You see it in politics. That's exactly what happened in Port Harcourt. That's what happened in River State. It will give you, it may give you that last one. That's what mentors do. But what you pay my way, but I'm not for 20 law. But hype 20, you think that is 100. Would not pay 80 Pareto principle number low. 80% the dollar party but 80% no call or take up or for 20 the that's one. Here's the second part. When you have opportunities and you begin to feel like a minute debe, which is what happened in Lagos State a while back. Thank God that was settled. That thing can cost you everything. And I will say all of my children to now go to this thing that really happened. You see, Awo is one of the people that is going to be very. He's one of those people that to succeed them will be difficult for anybody. It's the same thing with church ministry. There are some of these big organizations. I feel sorry sometimes, not sorry in terms of contempt, but sorry in terms of I just pray for whoever succeeds of these ministers, because I want to that jolly I want to just pé I'm a kilo tún kù nǹkan kù o mo kàn sọ pé tẹ́ bá notice pé àwọn tó bá ń dá mo fi jọ me I trained in ministry so I can use example tẹ́ bá rí àwọn tó máa ń dá ìjọ lẹ̀ ẹni tó bá tẹ̀lé wọn kí n fi ti Adébóyè ṣe àpẹẹrẹ wọ́n á máa sọ̀rọ̀ nípa ẹni tó bẹ̀rẹ̀ kíní irú Adébóyè àti Akintola. You have to constantly draw from that, even though in his lifetime Akintola did not have more than 40 branches of Redeemed Christian Church of God. Not more than 40. Home and abroad, worldwide, 40 branches. Now they are in tens of thousands. But that's because 40 years, Baba Isha ma connect pẹ̀lú yẹn. Tó bá ṣe o lè gbérí. Á bàjẹ́ mọ́ lọ́wọ́ ni. Èpè kan bó ṣe rí nìyẹn. It's same in politics. You have to be giving to Caesar what is Caesar's, even if it's just acknowledgement. It has something to do to you as a person. In Koto she Akintola kini pe to bá rí yan be don pariwo awo you're going everywhere awo ṣé o nìkan ni ṣé mi ò lè dé bẹ́ẹ̀. ó lè dé ibẹ̀ nǹkan tó jẹ́ yẹn ó lè dí kan gbà fọlọ́run gbà kádàrá òun ló dé láyé táwa ń sìn yìí nílẹ̀ Yorùbá ní gbogbo history nílẹ̀ Yorùbá after Odùduwà Awólọ́wọ̀ ló kàn in terms of unifying or tẹ́ pé wàá lè fojú sí lára mi sọ pé bóyá kò sẹ́lómi tó lágbára nílẹ̀ Yorùbá o òyìnbá Ọ̀rànmíyàn òyìnbá Ṣàngó I'm talking about a unifying factor for the Yorùbá people after Odùduwà Awólọ́wọ̀ ló kàn ó lè kò sí nǹkan tó fẹ́ ṣe ń pa ẹ̀ wàá gbà fọlọ́run ni gbà fọlọ́run kádàrá. You said just 2 years age difference. Kò tó 2 years is 1 year. 1 year, 4 months, and 4 days. That's the age difference between Awolowo and SLA. 1 year, 4 months, and 4 days. Awolowo was born March 6, 1909. SLA was born July 10, 1910. It's not about age. Guess what? You may even be older than him. Let me give you an example. The Odemo, sorry, not Odemo, the Ogbeni Oja, Chief Odutola, was already Chief Odutola before Awolowo went to the UK in 1944. He was already Olowo before Awolowo went to England in 1944. Odutola gbà fọ́gẹ̀ ni. Awolowo came back, became all of those things. They were together in NYM. Odutola was representing Ijebu, Awolowo was representing Ibadan. They would have meetings in Lagos. I will try to reach him to help him. It didn't help him. That story, that's what under the bridge. I went to the UK, traveled, returned, said action group. Otola joined the action group. He was a big man, but he was not that man. I was that man. Once you work with certain people, just leave it. Just work with them. Don't try to usurp. Don't try to take over. Now you go die. Just like Absalom and David. I don't know why Bible is coming to my mind right now. Absalom and David went to take his father's role, slept with his father's wife on the roof of the house. Everybody saw him desecrate the whole place, chase the people away, chase his own father away, because he was going to become king. When he was going to die, last time, if you work, and this is a lesson because history is not just for history's sake, it's a lesson. If you are the leader, we'll talk about that later. But if you are working for somebody, or you are a mentee to someone, or you are doing all those things, I'll quickly do like this, I do like this, I do like this, I'll parry it and just calm down. Don't try to, don't, Awo is larger than life, and Awo is Awo. You cannot be Awo. You can only be you. You work with it like that. And if you want to have your own kidney, if you have to leave a place to start your own organization or your company or whatever, live in peace and not in pieces, unless they are chasing you away. If they're not chasing you away, just live in peace. Don't scatter where you're living because you want to go and start your own. The way you scatter this one, they will scatter your own too. And by the time it's your own turn, oh my bloody, they will scatter it to the point where is the law of nature, is the law of life. And when that thing happens, nobody will ask you, what did Awo do? What did your God do that you made you scatter that? Nobody will ask you. That spirit that made you destroy that place, that spirit is going with you. As people are coming to work with you, that spirit will be entering them. It will be entering. There's a story of what happened in Ghana recently, but it happened in the early 2000s. This man was in Winners Chapel. He had been deployed to different parts of Nigeria, but he's Ghanaian. Has been deployed to different parts of Nigeria to pastor branches. Then after a while, they were like, you know what? He's from Ghana now. Let's send him back to Ghana. So he went to Ghana, became the pastor of Winners Chapel. Winners Chapel, that's Bishop Wedepo. He just woke up one day and said, why are we collecting taxes and sending the money to Lagos, to Nigeria? Why? Èṣù tí mo sọ kì í ṣe èṣù Bible èṣù as in even èṣù onílé oríta tó máa ń ta nǹkan sọ́pọ̀lẹ́ lómi ó ti ń ṣe èṣù Yorùbá pantheon Yorùbá mythology ó máa ń ṣe báyìí ni a kàn ta nǹkan sí lọ́pọ̀lọ́ ni pé kí tiẹ̀ ní gan ṣé ìwọ nìkan ni. The man said, no, we can't be sending money to Nigeria now. Why should we be sending money? We're Ghana. So you know what he did? He woke up one morning, went to a painter, painted the signboard, changed it to Winners Chapel Ghana and said he was now the pastor and the owner of the church. The people now had they came on Sunday like, kí ló ṣe church wa, kí ló ṣe church wa, kí ló ṣe signboard. Those ones eventually now had to go and look for that building. Now call themselves Winners Chapel International. You can find this in the news. Winners Chapel International. So there's Winners Chapel International, there's Winners Chapel Ghana. And I went to court. It took about 20 years. They settled that matter last year. What if I told you, the day I heard, this must have been maybe 2020 or 2017 or something, I heard that he was having branches. Me, I was just laughing. Why would you have branches like that? You can't have branches. You would die. How will you have branches? Ojiyan lese, walo bere branch. Why do you not lese? Today, in tó gbé gẹ́gẹ́gẹ́gẹ́gẹ́ tó sọ pé owó yẹn pọ̀, owó tán send lọ sí Nàìjíríà yẹn, owó yẹn pọ̀. Àtowó, àtèyàn o, àtilé o, àtilẹ̀ o, wọ́n ti wá gbogbo ẹ̀. Ó ṣe, the school belonging to the church, he converted it to his own. He said that it's now part of his own church. That after all, it was Ghana money that built the school. At the school, at the church, at the money, the government told him to pay back. Where will he start from? I know it's been over 20 years. 20 years that you cannot get back. Now you are older. You don't have that kind of strength. You can't start all over. Where there is favor, there is mercy from God. But the point is that that thing that is making you say, I'm going to change it to signboard. That thing is what happened to Akintola. Many crazy things happen. Let me tell you something. Even if Awolowo was wrong, Akintola would still be wrong to do what he did. What he did here, we'll talk about it on Friday. It's just like Akintola and Tinubu now. Even if Awolowo was wrong, Akintola would still be wrong to do what he did. You don't do that. People that allow you rise, you put them down, or you try to rubbish them so that people can think that you are all that. Only adìẹ tó yàgbẹ́ sínú ìsasùn. Ṣé mo parí ẹ̀? Adìẹ tó yàgbẹ́ sínú ìsasùn. Sáré ló ń bàjẹ́. Because that is sasun. That's the adìẹ's end of life. So he's just spoiling where he's going. So bó ṣe rí nìyẹn. Kọ́lọ́mọjà ṣíṣe. Àní ṣíṣe o. Àní ṣílẹ̀tẹ̀ o. Gbogbo táwọn aṣáájú wa ti ṣe àṣìṣe. A máa tún bẹ̀ ṣe. We'll do better than them. And again, we don't have these conversations to say, look at what happened. We are learning. We are learning from it. And thank you for saying that that's even it's a better interpretation. The chicken is messing up his grave. That's the truth. And what I said in Yoruba is that the chicken who pulls in a pot is messing up its own grave. The chicken that pulls in the pot is messing up its own grave. Adìẹ tó yàgbẹ́ sínú ìsasùn. Sáré ló bàjẹ́. And one day you enter. Let this be lessons for us. This is the beauty of history, and we can also apply this in our work, in our offices, in our lives. Just understand the order of things and plug in. And if you have a problem with the order of things, just leave. Just leave. Leave them. You don't like what they are doing. You think it's not the right thing. You have better ideas. Leave that place. Go and do your own thing. Don't spoil this place because you want to start something. You will fail. Even if you succeed, you will still fail. That's a lesson from our fathers. May God help us. May we do better than them. And may Yoruba land work. Ọlọ́run ràn wá lọ́wọ́. Ibi tí kùjẹkùjẹ bá wà náà ayé gbogbo wa, Ọlọ́run ràn wá lọ́wọ́. Ibi tí àwọn aláṣẹ kò máa bá wa ṣe tiwa náà. Àwọn tó dẹ̀ ti aṣáájú wa ibi tán ti ṣe pé kò bá ti ṣe báyìí. Ọlọ́run jẹ́ kó ọ̀rọ̀ wọn dàbí ọ̀rọ̀ ẹnu dùn rófọ̀. Nígbà tí àkókò tí wọ́n bá tó láti ṣe nǹkan tó yẹ káwa náà ṣe bóyá nínú ìjọba ni o bóyá lórí lẹ́nu iṣẹ́ ni o bóyá nínú okòwò àbí nínú iṣẹ́ ọwọ́ nǹkan kí nǹkan tí ò bá jẹ́ tó yẹ kó káwa ṣe ní ò bá di àsìkò tiwa Ọlọ́run ràn wá lọ́wọ́ o àní tún àwọn nǹkan tá a pè ní kùdìẹ̀kudiẹ kò ní tún ṣẹlẹ̀ lórí wọn nígbà tó bá kàn wá o. In other words, we're not going to repeat the mistakes of the past. We can wax lyrical. This person was wrong. This person, ẹni tó ń gbá ball kò mọ gbá tó ẹni tó ń jókòó tó ń wò. The people on the bleachers play better football than the footballers. But when it's your turn to play, may you not make mistakes, grand size errors. May God help you that you'll be able to do better than your forebears. And may we build the kind of Yoruba land that will make our children proud of us. And this is my prayer for us as Yoruba people, that in the next 20, 30 years, people not just mention Awo and that will be it. They'll mention you too. They'll mention Awo, they'll mention Bola Tinubu, but they'll mention you. They'll talk about what you contributed, to the development and the growth of Yoruba land. Kolon jẹ́ kó rí bẹ́ẹ̀, kí àwọn aláṣẹ kókó bá náà ṣe lágbára Ọlọ́run kò ní bàjẹ́ o. Bello Israel on YouTube says, I have learned a lot from you, more than what I can learn reading books. May God continue to elevate you and your family. Much love I got for you, brother, always. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. Lila says, Busi, we know you are hate and bitter person. No, I don't want to read. I can't finish praying right now. I'll be reading the nonsense that you have to write. Eka pari pẹ̀lú àdúà. Kama pari pẹ̀lú àwọn afọ́fun gbẹ̀mú. Ada fún gbogbo wa lágbára Ọlọ́run. Yoruba land will continue to grow from strength to strength. All parts of Nigeria will do well. Yoruba land will do well. And thank you. Amen. You say we'll talk about you too. Amen. Amio. We'll continue the Awolowo, Akintola, and the battle for the West on Friday at 4 p.m. If your time, West African time. Mufasa, thank you very much. Thank you. So we'll do that on Friday, but tomorrow we're going to have another session, a shorter session actually, 4 p.m. Ife time, West African time tomorrow. So please join us tomorrow for our session. It's going to be short, so please don't come late. Let me thank everyone. Oh dear. So normally we put up account details. If you like to support what we're doing, you know what? This is even very good. I need to announce again. There's something I announced earlier. 1 second. I need to put this up so that when I'm announcing, Omale work or Oma just share for rere. And what I'm actually going to do is ka ṣe tiwa nínú ìtàn Yorùbá náà lélẹ̀. Okay. So I mentioned something earlier. I'm going to keep mentioning it up, but I think it's important for me to put this out there. So we're starting a game show, right? We're starting a game show. It's called Redomi Republic. To be starting on 24th of October 2025. It's a game show focusing on Nigerian and Yoruba history and politics, and culture and things like that. We're going to have the session. We're going to have the recordings here. So we'll have a live stream just like we're doing right now. People will have fun, we'll enjoy it together. And then we'll, put it out on YouTube and other social media platforms. Just see TikTok as our studio so that people don't have to travel. You just have to stay where you are and be part of the recording. We're going to be focusing on Nigerian politics and Nigerian Yoruba politics and history. So the forms will be out on Friday. And in the course of the week, we're going to let you know if you're going to be contesting, and then we'll have the very first recording or stream of that on Friday, and then every Friday going forward we'll be having that. So Mondays and Wednesdays we'll be having these teachings. Tuesdays and Thursdays we'll be listening to some of the things we've talked about before so that we can remember, and then on Fridays we'll be having the game show. So it's not a TikTok shere game show. It's a proper game show. Think of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. We just like, this is 2025. It would be great if we were able to build a studio, which we'll eventually do, but we don't have to wait till then. We can, use the powers of the media. So we're going to start recording. I'll tell you more about it tomorrow as well, but on Friday, all of us will be able to get the forms. The link will be out and you'll be able to access the forms on Fridays, but we need to know more about it. So if you like to contest, your opportunity will come on Friday. You'll be able to, fill the forms. It's online. If you also like to sponsor, please reach out to me, Busri Oris. And you can also use the bank details up here. The GTB bank details, that's tautology. The GT bank details, you can also use that to support what we are doing. It's going to get very big. I see it as I'll talk more about it tomorrow. There's something that's going to come out of it. I've designed something, and I'm sure Awolowo. I know my shit. I know that they won't me no, and then bomb me. So if you want to sponsor, you want to contest, whichever one you want to do, please look out for this. More details will come shortly. But it's Redomi Republic, and it's going to be fun. You're going to learn a lot, and we're going to also have the opportunity to reach more people beyond the lectures, so that other people also learn the history. Somebody asked earlier for the logo, please go on go to Redomi Global on Telegram. You will find the logo there. This image, you'll find it there. You can download it and share if you like. All right, so that's the announcement. Having said that, let's now begin to close and end today's session. Thanks everyone for being part of today's session. Everybody who liked and typed and shared everything you did. Thank you very much for your support. Thanks to the gifters. I saw some beautiful gifts on TikTok. I didn't see gifts on YouTube. So YouTube people will do better going forward. All of us will be doing gifts because it's good to give, Abby. So I want to thank everybody who gifted me. Thank you very much for your generosity. And if you use the bank details as well, thank you very much for your generosity. May God bless you and keep you. May God increase you on all sides, and may everything you lay your hands upon prosper. Like Barolong. All right. We're going to close the session now. We're going to have our anthems, the Nigerian anthem and the Yoruba anthem. But our folks on YouTube, we're going to have to let you go, because when it comes to anthems, we don't want to have copyright strikes like YouTube usually does. But thank you very much for being here. May Nigeria work in our lifetime, and may we be part of the solutions we crave. Thank you. Have a lovely, lovely evening. YouTube, I'll see you. YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter as well. Thank you for hanging out with us today. I'll see you tomorrow. Agumeni, 4 p.m. Ife time, West African time. We're going to have a great time. We're going to have a great time together. All right. So see you then. Have a lovely evening. God bless you. Odaro. TikTok. We're going to have the anthems now. First the Nigerian anthem, and then the Yoruba anthem.